On the morning of June 9th, we left Samarkand for a relatively short drive to Bukhara, Uzbekistan. Unlike most of our other travel days, there were actually a few things of interest to see along the way on this day, namely a very good bazaar, an 11th century caravanserai, and a very interesting embroidery and ceramics workshop. A caravanserai was a sheltered, sometimes moderately fortified rest stop for the numerous caravans along the ancient Silk Road. Traders could camp in such places for the night, safe from the elements, dangerous animals, and nomadic warriors. The gate to this one is among the oldest in all of Central Asia and was only moderately damaged by a 1968 earthquake which destroyed the rest of the compound. After getting settled into our Bukhara hotel, our trip leader Jama took some of us on a walk through the nearby Jewish quarter. Dating back as far as the 10th century BC reign of King David in Jerusalem, and once boasting the largest Jewish population in all of Central Asia, the Bukhara Jewish population has now declined to as few as 150, with more deaths and funerals than weddings and births. Our hotel in Bukhara was in the center of the historic district, and therefore within walking distance of many famous historic sites. Many of these sites circled the Liabi House or Liabi Pond, an ancient watering hole for the city.
Side of the camel. That one is from the neck of the camel. It's a very soft wool. Have a look. It's a changing color as well. Look.
Oh, God.
One is dark, the other side is light. It's a not silk, 100% camel wool from the neck of the baby camel. That's why they're shining, they're soft wool.
What happens to the little camel?
No, they don't kill them, they're just shaking.
Poi Kalan, meaning foot of the great, is the plaza at the foot of the Kalan or Great Mosque of Bukhara. Facing the mosque and across the plaza is the Mir-e-Arab Madrasa, Bukhara's only functioning madrasa. When Genghis Khan destroyed Bukhara in 1220 AD, the only building he left standing was the Kalan minaret, because he apparently admired its imposing nature. Because of its great height, it generally has not served the same function as a minaret on a mosque, but has been used as a watchtower and a lighthouse, as well as a site of execution, in which the guilty were thrown to their death from the top. The Ark of Bukhara is a massive fortress built and occupied around the 5th century AD. During much of its history, it was inhabited by the various royal courts that held sway over that region. The Ark was used as a fortress until it fell to the Soviets in 1920. 17th century Bolo House Mosque was a place of prayer for the emirs and their entourages. It is the only preserved monument in Bukhara's Registan Square, which includes a mosque, a minaret, and a pool. The pool is the oldest part of the ensemble and is one of the few remaining ones in the ancient city. Defying Muslim law, this mausoleum was built on top of the existing graves of deceased Muslims. It is among the first and apparently very few to have been built in such a manner. It is especially notable for its use of kiln-dried bricks in forming intricate patterns on both the exterior and interior wall. For dinner on this night, we went to a private home where the host and hostess prepared, as we all watched, a traditional plov, which we call rice pilaf. It contained shredded beef, carrots, various spices, whole bulbs of garlic, chickpeas, rice, and water. Once the rice was added, no stirring was done until all the water had been absorbed. As good as our shish kebab lunch had been, this was definitely the best meal we had had so far on the trip, and ended up being the best meal on the entire trip. 19th century Khor Minor Madrasa is named for the 4 minarets at the corners of the building. The minarets are different shapes and design and possibly represent the world's 4 religions. Unfortunately, a member of our group nicknamed it the Madrasa of the 4 Phalluses. First built in the mid-19th century as a summer palace for the then ruling Emir of Bukhara, this palace has been destroyed and rebuilt several times. The version built in the late 19th century was named in honor of the wife of the then ruling Emir. Her name was Suturai Mohihosa, a Tajik name meaning elegant star of the moon. Even though that palace too has been destroyed, the newer, early 20th century one retains the name.